braided dough, and then it's cooked in a simple syrup, and then it's crunchy on the outside. But a Coes sister, it developed from enslaved people when they would work in their colonial master space or whatnot, and make the Coes sisters. They would take the leftover dough, and then they would kind of add their own mix to it, and create these ball shaped dough balls. And this is what it looks like. Hold on, let me put my glove on real quick. So it's basically 3 cups of flour, milk. I used oat milk, so it's vegan. Vanilla essence, a little bit of water, active dry yeast, ginger powder, cardamom powder, cinnamon, and then you knead that for about 5 to 10 minutes or so, and then you let it wait till it rises twice its size. Then you shape the dough balls, shape them into little dough balls, and deep fry them after they've risen. So then they after they're deep fried, they are like this, right? Then you create a little coating over it. So again, because there are so many different ways to make Coes sisters, I just want to say that every auntie, mama, grandma, etc. has their own recipe, right? This is the recipe. This is our recipe. We use, okay? Generally, what people would do is put a little bit of water, maybe a cup of water. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Put a little bit of water in there, and then they would add sugar. I'm going to use honey because I'm going to be a little health conscious, I'm gonna add some honey to the water. Oh, in the water. And then again, your very Cape Malay ingredients: cinnamon stick, star anise. Anybody ever had star anise before? Familiar cooking with that? We love star anise. Don't bite it though. I'm warning you. Yeah. But it just adds a really, really beautiful flavor to foods. And then typically we would also put a crushed cardamom pod in there, but I ran out of cardamom and it's expensive, so we're gonna make it do what it do.
It smells good already.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let that sit for a little bit, because the water and the honey have to fully mix. Then I will put these Coes sisters into the pan, and kind of just let it soak it all up. And then the final step, which is also the very distinct part of the Cape Malay Coes sister, is you put sprinkled coconut on the outside. And every Sunday, so that was the day that generally would be the day off for many people. So a Coes sister with some rooibos tea, that's also an indigenous herb to South Africa, was just a practice. They would always have meetings, and the Coes sister was just a central part of that. It's just a very, very pleasant experience. And I actually just started making Coes sisters. I've known about them for since I was a child, but I only really started to get into the lore and the history of it, of how deep it is. Coes sisters are so important to South African culture. It has a lot of significance to the people, and for myself, it's one way of connecting, with my auntie, with my roots, and I just kind of got into making them. So I did do a little bit of trial and error. It took me a little while to get it right, getting the a couple of failed batches and things like that, but I finally figured it out. And I love that the sun is also assisting us in this heating up here. It's heating up pretty fast. I'm gonna give it a little bit longer. What else was I gonna say? So does anyone have any sort of thought to the question that I posed to you, like the stories that we serve and the ingredients that we use and what it says about us? Is there anything coming up for you just based off of what you've been hearing so far?
I think for me, with the Coes sister, I mean, I think of my ancestry is in New Orleans, so I'm like our equivalent. I'm like maybe like beignets, and yeah,
Love them.
But yeah, I feel like across the diaspora we have some kind of like fried dough dessert. So it's nice to like see that reflection in that, and just like, or just thinking about what you're talking about with like the day off is when you get to like indulge in like your culinary and like your ancestral food, and I think about like Congo Square and people being able to gather, and like even what you're talking about with the garden and you growing with your mother, and being able to do that, like with the enslaved people, they on their day off, that's when they can go do their subsistence farming, they could go fish, and like, so we've always, like, they never served us enough food, so it's like we had to like go and make that possible for us. So that was just what was coming up for me.
Yes, and I love that you said that too. There is such similarity with the beignets and the Coes sisters. Yes. So, and some people, like, they even put potato in their Coes sisters. I would not do that though, personally. I've seen a lot of recipes that do that. Yeah, I like it just like the dough ball. Yeah. Anyone else?
I mean, you know, I did bring some classic Baltimore steamed shrimp with me today because I mean, yes, it reminds me of home, of course, you know, as a native, but it was also one of the first meals my mom taught me how to cook when I was like 11. You know what I mean? Can be trusted with the stove. So it was simple, it was easy, and the main number one rule was don't overcook them. Just don't do that. Because now they're useless, and my mom's would literally throw things right in the trash. She didn't care. But so yeah, I wanted to bring that. That to me is always a piece of home. I enjoy cooking. I don't do it as much anymore, but when I do, I love it. But shit be hard, and I be tired. So true. But I always love my food too, so I wanted to just bring a piece of that here.
Thank you so much. I think that we can actually start coating our Coes sisters. And I love that we're using honey because generally it would take longer if we were using sugar because then we have to wait for it to completely melt. Hey y'all! But I just put honey in the water, so basically you just place your Coes sister in there. So I pre-made all of mine.
Oh, could you leave like 2 without coconut? I'm allergic to raw
Oh,
coconut.
yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Let me actually, here.
I was going to say
Take
1,
yours.
but you said say 2.
Actually, I'm going to put yours.
Oh, no, I can do that. I just can't put the raw coconut on top. You said
Okay.
you're going to coat it on top, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'll just do that in this pan then. All right.
Would you say that this is like a comfort food? Because when you were describing it, it kind of sounded like a luxury experience to like be at home on a Sunday at rest and like have your tea and have this beautiful, soft creation.
It is definitely a comfort food. You know, it's definitely not something I would recommend you eat every single day. You know, too much dough and everything is not really that great for the colon. But it is a traditional Sunday breakfast. The Coes sister with rooibos tea, and you know, for many people, you know, like we were saying, Sunday is the only day they got off, and historically, when you know they brought their spices, and for many folks across diaspora in the travels and the migrations that they've been on throughout time, food has been the one way, the main way to connect to home. So Coes sisters are that for in Cape Malay culture. They actually there's an official Coes Sister Day as well. It's an official every Sunday is Coes Sister Sunday, but it's also like an official holiday, which is I think the first Sunday in September. Yeah. So it's real deep. Right. Yeah, they have competitions. They have all types, like the aunties. They be in there battling it out. Like it's deep. Like I'm glad.
So they have like a whole festival. Kind of.
Yeah, they have festivals.
So what are like the differentiations that can come out of this? Like how do people like make it their own?
So some people put potato in it. Some people, like to kind of make it like thicker. And because it really draws up the flavor of, you know, the other spices like the ginger and the cardamom. So I don't think it really tastes, you know, really tastes the potato. But I've never tried it with potato. Just as there's so many different origins of like the Cape Malay and colored community and stuff, it's as many, I'm sure, variations of creating this dish. But it is so beautiful just to see how similar in different cultures they have like a similar dish. Where's mine? Let me get mine. Oh, here we go. All right, so I'm just letting that soak that up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Just-
Let me get in there. Hold on. Get in there. Okay.
Turn it on.
I also was thinking about your question, Nicola, with certain specific ingredients, like seeing you pull out the actual cinnamon stick. It feels like diaspora, and that feels like home, because I feel like wherever I've gone, where people of African descent are, they cook with certain things, and cinnamon sticks are one of them. I feel like when I lived in the Bronx and there was like a large Latinx community, there's always like cinnamon sticks in the cocheta and like all the different things. In Southern cooking, we do it a lot in like desserts and things of that nature. And also it's something that's affordable and accessible.
Yes.
So
that
like
as well.
making sure that ingredients are affordable and accessible too is what feels like cooking at home, for me at least. Yeah.
I love festivals.
So y'all, Charnel was just sharing a really beautiful reflection on just the cinnamon sticks and how it just kind of resonated with her own culinary experience living in the Bronx. You just say the Bronx?
Bronx, Baltimore,
All over the
South, everywhere, yeah. Ghana, they use a lot of cinnamon.
Ghana house.
Yep.
I was like, Ghana, is that here? Puff Puff in Ghana?
I'm pretty sure they have like similar meals here at Highland Town. It's a lot
I'm
big.
sure.
Kind
Yeah, I'm sure.
yeah. A couple of restaurants. It's like on Eastern Avenue.
Right.
Yeah, or the Main Street area.
Yep.
Yeah. But something here.
Jasmine has a question. I just wanted to know, for the mixture that you put in with the honey and water, is it meant to soak up or is it meant to be more like a glaze?
It's supposed to kind of be a glaze, but it's kind of like I'm just, you know, making it do what it do. And the honey's gonna help it become sticky. 'Cause it's supposed to be like kind of like nice and sticky on the outside to help it stick to the coconut. So everybody, this is my mother.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome.
I'll take it over here.
You can follow.
Can you take I want to take my board back.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Thank you so much.
Yes, Mom, you've come right on time for Coes Sister Sunday.
Fabulous.
Got a
My
question.
mama.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why is it called a cool sister? A cool sister, whatever the name is.
K-O-E.
K-O.
You know, we're gonna ask the expert. We're gonna ask someone who's born and raised in Cape Town.
Yeah.
But what the one thing I do know about, there's a distinction between so it's spelled K-O-E and then sister, like S-I-S-T-E-R.
Yeah.
And then there's distinctions between that, which is this dough ball, and then the braided dough, which is the Afrikaner, which is white South African dish called koek, K-O-E-K, sister. And so historically, obviously, it was the indigenous folks that was doing the cooking and the preparing of the meals. So they just bit off of, you know, our recipe, you know what I'm saying? But we like made it our own, so.
Yeah.
Was doing
Of course.
They always do that. Like,
recorded thing.
Take
We-
a
we-
version of what we do.
yeah. We invent something, then they twist it.
Something that was brought from the outside.
No originality.
So there's definitely some, I think that this particular dish is very distinct to the South African Cape Malay experience in that, well, I guess because so I know I said that the white folks bit off of the you know, indigenous folks, but it was like the way that they made the koek sister, which is a Dutch like dessert, into their own like delicacy.
That's what
Yeah.
Puff Puff is Dutch.
Yep. So Coes Sister is 100% an indigenized recipe that's directly connected to the the historic enslavement of very, very multicultural peoples in South Africa. So The final step here is to roll it in coconut.
Nicole, I have a
Soak it
question.
up. Yes.
So I know when I was in South Africa, they were saying that the Cape Malay, that some of them were enslaved. But I didn't understand where they came from in Asia.
Yeah.
I met like a bunch of Muslims. And so,
Yeah,
like,
many are Muslim. It's really both. So they come from all over, mostly Southeast Asia. I know that I have ancestry from Java, Indonesia, and I only know that because my great aunt did the history on it.
Okay.
Many Cape Malay descendants are very similar to like Black Americans in that there is very much a disconnect,
Okay.
from where they really originated from.
Okay.
There's a lot of different ways. Yeah, there's a lot of different combinations that make it up, and included within that is also a Black experience. And I will also note that it's not an entirely Black experience. Not all colored South Africans are Black, but there are colored South Africans that are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some may some may be more Asiatic or more European, or so.
Diversity.
Yeah, I went to Cape Town, I think that was 2024, and I got to go to like the slavery museum, and that gave me a lot more history around like the slavery that was happening in South Africa, because I didn't really know anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just made me so emotional.
Even myself,
Yeah, it made me really emotional to be able to like be in that space of like finding that connection. 'Cause I think being like an African born and raised in America, like it was just like, you feel kind of disconnected in some ways to the greater diaspora, but to like also meet people who had similar experiences, different, but like
Right.
in a way of like, yeah, there's like, you're coming from a lot of different places and you're creating your culture within that. I felt a deep kinship to like
That
descendants.
experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh wow, like
So similar.
yeah. So that I really appreciated that when I was like in South Africa.
Yeah, it's wild because I didn't even really learn until an adult, and really like, the tutelage of my Auntie Lynn that really opened up my world to understanding like certain aspects of, what that is and what that meant. Like, because a lot of times many people just think like, oh, well, you was born on the continent, so you must know like, all where you're really from and everything. And there's still like a lot of mystery because colonialism is a motherfucker.
Yeah,
So.
for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so these are.
Looks so good.
I just wanted to give them a good opportunity to soak in here. I almost want to add some more honey. I'm gonna add a little bit more honey too,
Just along top. Yeah.
just to like go and like melt
like that?
into that, help make it sticky. And generally, it's paired well with a nice iced tea and something like that. Sorry, y'all, we don't have tea today. Next time. But I was gonna bring it, but it just didn't quite. The way my morning went, it just didn't quite work out. So we're gonna have a taster. And then, question before we do a taster: does anyone have any allergies besides Faith's coconut allergy? Any others? Anybody else good? So, also just to name everything that's in here: flour, baking soda, active yeast. I put a little bit of cane sugar in it, cinnamon, cardamom, ginger powder, oat milk, and water, and vanilla essence, and that's it.
That's really tricky.
Yeah.
I like the raisins on that.
All right.
Just glittery on the side.
All right. So if y'all want to go get a quick little hand sanitizer, we can try these, and then we can start to go and get our plates and have some more conversation with each other about the stories we share. So what were you saying about the puff puff? So how was that served? The puff puff?
Oh, it did it?
Just like deep fried and glazed?
No glaze.
Oh,
Deep fried.
okay.
Real dark.
Yeah, very similar. All right. Okay, who's ready to taste?
Excuse me, can we come by?
Yeah, so you go for it. You got hand sandy coming around?
She's 2.5, so yeah, last week.
Yeah.
What's up?